Hello, everyone. Roy Garden here with another edition for the podcast of The Right Has Left. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about The Right Has Left, as in my previous podcast, just a quick background run again. I was a Republican for nearly 50 years, and I left the Republican Party 6 months after Trump went into office his first go-round. And yes, I did vote for Donald Trump on the first go-round. After 6 months in, I basically kind of saw what kind of a thing this guy was going to be, and, I thought, holy crap. And here he is now in his second term, totally unhinged, totally without any validation, and he's running amok with the help of Elon Musk. And he's got all of his cronies that he's putting into his cabinet, so they will all just do whatever his bidding may be, and things are getting a little scary out there. In case you ever want to look it up, the platform of the Republican Party, and back when I actually supported the Republican Party, is simply this: less government. But less government does not mean that you go in unchecked and just start firing people left and right and doing whatever the heck you want to do. So having said that, the judges have stepped in and are slowing things down a bit on his mass firing of everybody. But as you're well aware of, USAID, or the United States Agency for International Development, has been pretty much in the question of what's going on right now. And as you know, they're already taking the signs down on the U.S. Agency for International Development. And in a nutshell, this agency, when it was fully funded, helps a lot of developing countries throughout the world with the support of the host nations to bring back economic development, medical needs through grants, and to help those who are underprivileged. And USAID has been around for a while, and there has never been any question about, what this organization has been doing. But unfortunately, it is under fire. And Trump has tried to go in there and just fire everybody all at once. And the district judges have blocked that. So right now there's about 200 and some odd people now working at USAID. The Republicans, of course, for their excuse for why they are doing what they're doing, is simply saying that, they're all run by a bunch of Democrats and they're all crooked and they're taking and skimming money off the top. But who do we know has been doing that even before they got in office? Yeah. So this is unfortunately a terrible thing that's going on with USAID, and right now there are some jobs, being saved, thank God. So that's nice to know. But when you're looking at it on its face value, this is pretty scary. This is just not the, USAID employees, but, we're looking also at the Department of Treasury. We're looking at the CIA. Elon Musk and his cronies are going in there and just, without any biting of the laws, just going in there and getting everybody fired. It's totally illegal, and Congress can't do a thing about it. Why? Because they don't have anybody that's currently, able to do so, because they control everything in the House and the Senate. So, right now, they don't have anything that they can possibly do. And hopefully this can possibly, and I say possibly, can change. And here's how. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Gay Valment, and she's running as a Democrat against Jimmy Partones, who's Florida's chief financial officer and state fire marshal. This guy is somewhat known in Florida, not very well, but he is the Republican candidate. Now, in case you didn't know, Florida is going to have two special elections April 1st. And that is because Trump has appointed a couple of people to help fill his cabinet and some of his key positions. And that takes away from the House of Representatives. And this is what is so important. So this lady here is running against Jimmy Partonis. And she has been in politics before. And hopefully, she might have a chance with, beating out this guy and, gain a Democratic seat in the House of Representatives. And here's one more. This gentleman is running in District 9, and he is going to be running against a gentleman from Brevard County who's been around for a while. And let me tell you first a little about Joshua Well. He is a single dad. He's a school teacher, and he's going to be running in Florida's 6th congressional districts against Randy Fine. Now, this is something that is kind of interesting. I have lived in Brevard County. As you know, this broadcast comes from Florida, and I have had several discussions with Randy Fine. And Randy Fine is a typical Trumpster. You just ask him anything, and if it has anything to do with Donald Trump, he's just a yes man. And I know that's kind of sad, but that's Randy Fine. The guy, he doesn't have a lot of couth on about hardly anything, but it's because he doesn't really know anything except, if Donald Trump says it, well, by golly, I'm going to do it. So back to Josh. Again, he's not any stranger to politics. He's worked in Orange County Public Schools at their alternative education centers. He has run for office before. He is, not well known. I'll give you that. He really isn't. But he's got a bachelor's degree in administration, and he has somewhat of an opportunity to unseat Randy Fine. Now, for these both Democrats that are running, I know it doesn't look very good because they're both in heavily populated Republican districts. But here's the key thing. For what's been going on lately on a national scale, there are even a lot of conservatives, Republicans, who are getting sick and tired of what's happening because Donald Trump is not fulfilling the promises that he said he was going to do. Sure, he's done mass deportation. Sure, he has gone in and tried to cut the budget by simply firing people. But there are a lot of key people who are getting fired, and there's a lot of things going on that is affecting a lot of these congressional home districts that their hands are going up in the air and saying, what the hell are you doing? And this has even reached the state level here in Florida, in Tallahassee. There are now a lot of Republicans who are revolting against Ron DeSantis because he has been basically doing Trump's bidding, and this is affecting a lot of the area districts like Orange County and down in Miami, which are heavily populated, and they're starting to say enough is enough. So here you go, folks. What are we going to do here? So you got to stop and think, this is getting really, really crazy. Now, this guy that you're looking at, Donald Trump, has had already a lot of federal judges blocking his mass firings. There have been a lot of federal judges telling him that he can't be doing what he's doing with Elon Musk to the Department of Treasury. There has been a lot of folks and judges blocking some of his crazy things he's doing with trying to cut funding. Why? Because it is all illegal, and there has to be some questions answered. And because he's got a full Republican majority in both the House and the Senate, he's been getting a free hand and using what he thinks is called his own administrative powers because I'm the president and I can do whatever the hell I want. And that includes like trying to annex Canada as our 51st state, and going after Greenland and taking over the Panama Canal. And hey, maybe I'll just take the Gaza Strip right along with it and put some casinos there, and we'll take that country too. Now, does this sound like this is the actions of a normal guy? I don't think so, folks. I really don't think so. So, I'll have more for you on my next podcast, but these are just a few things going on both on a national and a local level here in the state of Florida and with the Republican Party. Now, do you think the right has left? I think so. But you know what? This has given me all wonderful material to work with on my podcast. So you know what? I think it's all just great because I just got a lot to talk about. Now, of course, I can't cover everything on one or two podcasts, but as I get time, I'll be putting some more programs up there. But I do thank you for joining me on my second podcast of The Right Has Left. And if you got any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. Until next time, this is Roy Garten with The Right Has Left. Have a great day.